Hey folks, it's me again, Shannon Fox here, over here on DIY Scrapper, my junking channel. I've also got another channel called Devoted Patriots 2. If you don't already know, it's my political channel. It's the one I'm always having so much trouble on because I talk a little bit about so many things on politics that you're not supposed to talk about. But at any rate, if you don't know that channel, go check it out, see if it's anything you may be interested in listening to. I'm going to go ahead and show y'all what I got going on this morning. I picked up a little bit of a load the other day, and I'm just getting out here and getting to the sort and separate phase so we can get this stuff cleaned and back to the scrap yard, make us a little money. Here we go, buying big stainless, seeing if we can get it on the truck. Boy, about that.
see the train down there. Damn, son, don't fall yet. Go. The other guys are gonna get it. That goes in front here? Where goes it here? No. You guys gonna be able to get that up there? Oh, yeah. Okay. We appreciate it, though.
Rock and roll loaded out. Now when we get done with that, we will be breaking down this monster here. Got 1,000,005/16 screws in it, but it looks like the entire thing, from all I've checking I've done, is wrapped in complete stainless steel. Everything. This is a gas deep fryer, and so it has very little copper and brass in it. It's mostly iron and stainless. A little bit of wire. Now we're just getting started on breaking this sucker down. Got the zip out screws, and I mean a bunch of screws, but I believe it'll be well worth it. This is what I paid 75 bucks for. It took me and a buddy a good at least an hour to get it in the truck, but I ain't mad. I think it's going to be a payday. Now we're going to find out exactly how long it takes to break down this adventure, and see exactly what it was worth in the end by the hour to sort and separate this monster. Don't get that stainless steel like this every day. Occasionally we do. We actually got to do a Chili's a while back and get all the stainless out of the kitchen of a Chili's. Stuff just like this here. Big, bulky, heavy stainless steel. And most of the time, actually all the time, it's well worth it to clean it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and shut this camera off for half a second and bust a move, get to work.
All right, get in the truck, loaded. Not there on the one truck, just gotta put our precious metal in and just finish putting all miscellaneous small stuff in there. And I'll scoot this a little closer, that way y'all can see what's actually going on. Alrighty, let's go and see what that looks like. Got all this stuff here, stainless. Got my trusty 5/16 bit in the pocket. Impact drill. Take every screw out of this thing I can in the meantime. The first thing I need to find out is if these are stainless. I'm grabbing my own magnet. Magnet bow, always good to have. Put them all right there. Good to have gloves. All your proper tools, bits, heating, channel lights. And I'm gonna get to work. Get as much of this apart as I can. Hopefully we won't have to take the sucker out of the truck until it gets much lighter. Yep. Yep, I can already tell some of this stuff is gonna have to be dismantled before I can get to the rest of the stuff. I always easy to clean stuff on the truck and the trailer, but sometimes it is what it is. It's so heavy. I don't want to move this stuff no more than I absolutely have to. It is not fun to roll or unload. First piece of stainless off the truck. We're going to throw it over here like it's a big old pile of it. Hopefully enough to pay for this road. Transformers here. These things stay pretty decent. Halo electric motor weight. Yeah, this will be fun to dismantle. Where's the steppers? That's cutters. Didn't bring any cutters. Wire cutters. Well, bear with us, folks. It's going to be noisy. This is partially clean. Got a long way to go. Got to get all the stuff out of the center for the clean stainless. These are self-tapping screws. Definitely. I know, right? You have a 5/16 wrench? You have a wrench the size 5/16? I don't know. Why? Because I made it for stuff like this. So it's like this as a little drill. I got the shorter drill for that, and some of the stuff in here, you're going to have to use your drill because you got the long bit. You want to start loading all that little stuff on your truck? Shall I get everything I can with the short drill? No, yeah, I don't know what it is. Yeah, because I want you to clean all this stuff in. Is my cleaning pile? Yeah, that's your cleaning pile. thing ready to go. This one here, I'm gonna have to use baby pliers on, I already see. Sometimes you need a short bit, sometimes you need a long bit. We just started this thing about 10-15 minutes ago. We're going to see exactly how long it takes to break this sucker down, exactly what it's worth. By the end of the video, we'll be in a position to know exactly what we made off this way.
We're getting it peeled, folks. Slowly but surely.
It might be true that would help her with moderating her campaign somehow, but the fact that she's able to rise above that and stick up and defend.
Being difficult, I just break out the plier or the snips on it. I said that. And don't try this at home, folks. Easiest way I know to hurt yourself. Swinging a tool in a tight spot. And I still got a log chain on this thing holding me up. I have to work that loose. There we go. That should make a difference. Yes, sir. This piece is heavy, but it's mostly iron. Take this little bit of stainless off of it, and it'll be clean iron. I'll start me an iron pile here directly. Alrighty, see if I can get to my chain. Had to use this chain to come along this thing on the truck. Just gonna wrap it around the front of this thing. Stuff like this, without big tools. Sometimes you gotta use the short bit, sometimes the long bit. We're going back with the short bit. Little bitty piece of stainless, but oh so heavy. And when we get done shelling this thing, get all the wire, all the stainless and everything we can get loose off of it, there's still gonna be a pile of stuff like this right here. It's gotta have what's called a second clean. Dismantle, sort, separate, and then clean again anything that needs to be broke down. Now I'm fixing to get started on this other side because I'm about to all the screws that I can reach. Grab that wrench, get up here and start breaking this stuff down. And find out if we absolutely got to take this thing off the truck or not in order to get it completely broke down. We will see. All right, got the faces off of them. Next thing to do, start working these drawers out. Start getting this stuff out. Got a lot of wire in here, a little bit of iron. Getting all the screws on the top of this thing. All this in here is all big stainless. Come out as one big piece in the end. And there's quite a bit of wire in each one of these. What's in the drawers is actually the gas lines. What y'all can see in there, but it's a lot of work. But it's actually going pretty fast. We've been out here about 45 minutes an hour. And we've come a long way on this thing. That's the way to do it right there. I like it. Yep, taking the faces out of these things, which is the easiest way to get to the guts on the inside. Woo-wee, we working it. Wife went in the house to get some tea. We got the doors off this thing. I got the top piece off this thing. It was just a bunch of pop rivets and a couple of screws. This big piece here in the vats is all gonna come off as one heavy piece after I get a few more pop rivets out on the sides over here. Now this here is all part of the stainless vats. Got a little bit of brass we got to take off, but all this stuff here, this is the tedious work. Taking this stuff loose so we can actually get the top piece off. Now this one here, I haven't got the face off yet, but when I get it done, it'll look like this one here. This one here's done completely. That's what they look like, empty, shelled out. But these here, just like a water heater, got the little fins inside for the tin. Got to get that stuff loose. Drop the tool, but we got it going on. We are breaking it down quick and in a hurry. I think it'll take 2.5 hours probably to break this down completely. We got wire, a little bit of brass, a little bit of copper, a ton of stainless, and some heavy tin. Now this here on the ground is all our stainless ready to sell. And this pile here is what we're gonna have what you call a second clean on. So we get the wire out of it, get the stainless 100% clean. That way we don't lose any money over the fact that it's not completely clean. And there goes one of the house cats that hang around here. Or actually yard cats is what I call them. But the big come along and the chain is an absolute necessity to get this thing on the truck, being it was so friggin' heavy. All right. Ooh, it's been a day. We've been out here about 3 hours, maybe going on 4. But we are on the last leg of this beast. About 90% of this thing end up being stainless. All we got left to do on this thing is take these 3 big pieces off the back, which are tin, that's the flues, and get this frame right here. I'll lay it on its back, get this frame off, and this sucker will be clean. A little bit of iron pull out of here yet, not too much. And we'll call it a day. Right back at it in the morning. We're gonna finish this sucker off pretty quick and easy. Another hour's worth of work. We'll be done with this carcass. And we just got a little bit of sort, separate, and clean the little small stuff that needed a little extra attention. This stuff up here on the porch. This stuff right here in this hole. That stuff. We got a good start on it though. Actually, we got about 3/4 of it done today. We're gonna go ahead and call it a day. We're both huffing and puffing, and mosquitoes is starting to show up. But in 3 or 4 hours time, our $75 investment has more than doubled our money. No doubt about it. Can't wait to see how much we make on this one. Yes, folks, I'm back at it again. I have got my wife on the porch breaking down all the stuff that needed a final clean, all the little small stuff that she pulled off this face with wire, transformers, and little brass fittings on it. And I am in process of taking all of this frame off, which will turn this thing into 4 pieces instead of 1. I've got 3 big flues on the back and the frame to take off, and this big piece of stainless will be 100% clean. Then I'll go get up there on the porch and help my wife with stuff like this thing right here. Take this iron away from this stainless. It's gonna be a big day, folks. We got another couple hours worth of work to do, and we will be headed to the yard, God willing. Woo, this sucker's a bugger today, folks. Getting this bottom off of here. As you see, I'm down to 2.5 of these things being clean, or 1.5 of these things being clean. This thing's literally coming apart in 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. But I've got to take every one of these nuts and screws out of here, all the way along this bottom, in order to get to the final stage of this thing, which is looking pretty good, folks. It's coming apart. I like it, I like it. I've been out here about 30 minutes, and I have already come a long way of getting this biggest piece shucked. This is what's left, folks. I have got these 3 big vats. I got to take this piece off here because this is brass, and all the rest of this thing's 100% stainless, with the exception of this piece on the back. So I got to zip these 2 screws out, 3 screws out right here on both sides. This piece will come off 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. And this little pile right here, and this iron pipe right here, and this piece here is all the tin and iron there was on this entire thing. So this thing was about, I would say about 95% stainless, brass, wire, precious metals. It's gonna be a great day, folks. Payday. Whoo-wee, folks, we done. We just gotta go to the yard and get paid now. There's just a couple more pieces on the porch, stainless, that we'll get later. We're running out of time. It's almost 5 o'clock. We gotta get downtown. Now this here bucket of copper, probably 5 pounds or more. That's about $15, almost. And this little bucket here doesn't look like much in it, but in reality, it's actually about $20 or $25. I'm guessing about $20. This is $2 a pound. Heavy brass come off that stainless, off these 3 things here. Now the entire truck is full of clean stainless. I've got these vats clean, all the sheet metal clean, all the stainless. Got one little bucket in here in the corner. Now this is your breakage. This is stuff I didn't feel like going the extra mile for. Get a few more cents a pound for. But all of this here, heavy stainless. And a lot of it's buried. This is another bucket of stainless here, all the small stainless, all the little pieces we pulled off, brackets and things. And then this in here, this here is the bucket of wire, and it'll be a payday just on the wire alone. We got a ton of it. And like I said, this truck is full of stainless, and I have got a little bit of aluminum here in a bucket. Figured I'd take it too, just to get it out of the way. But my truck is squatting with precious metal. That's what I call a good day, no matter what. I'm gonna set this camera down here real quick, finish loading the truck. I gotta strap this sucker down before we get to rocking and rolling. Got my brass separated, copper separated, stainless separated. Ooh, it was a lot of work, but I have a feeling it will be worth it. Maybe just an intuition, but I don't think so. This ain't my first rodeo. Some of my fire extinguishers are clean too, but I'm not gonna mess with that today. I'll just filter them in on the next load. Like I said, I'm running out of time. My truck is squatting, and I like it. Now this truck here has got all the tin and iron on it that come off of the previous load I had for a couple of days now, and what the frame of that stainless steel kitchen fryer. So her truck's loaded, needs to be strapped. My truck's loaded, needs to be strapped. And this is all we got left to clean. For time purposes, we're just gonna do this, call this a throwback. Just another $5 or $10 just sitting right there in small stuff. We're gonna get down to the yard now. I got it.
Where all the bits go?
They're in my bucket in there. Thank God I had help with this. Me and my wife did this whole thing in 2 half days work. I'm gonna say we probably got about 8 hours in on this adventure, a full day's work, including the time it took me to get this sucker on my truck, and that was a beast all by itself. But I believe it'll be well worth the cause. I'm hoping for $300 to $400 a day off our $75 investment. We'll see. Kind of hard to judge how much stainless it is, but I would say about 90% of this load is stainless. 1 load of 10 and 1 load is stainless. Thank you, Jesus. It's my load, folks, right there on the truck. Or on the scale, should I say. Whole hopper full of stainless steel, including 9 buckets full of precious aluminum, brass, copper, a little bit of everything. If we can find out what that stainless pays and weighs. Ooh, all into good day's work.